Hello everyone, we welcome you all to Rudrapur, where AIFF Futsal Championship 2024-25 goes on in full swing. It's the last quarterfinal of the day and the stage is all set. The floodlights casting their glow on a floor that's seen both jubilations and heartbreak. Three tickets to the semis have already been claimed, one remains, and to seize it, two sides step into the spotlight. We have Total Football Academy from Hyderabad, the relentless force, and we have Hazrat Nizamuddin Club, brimming with flair, fire, and surprise. This is the last quarter final, the night when dreams will either soar into the semis or shatter on the hard court. Every pass, every tackle, every breath will be magnified under the lights. Rudrapur, hold your breath, for we are all set to rumble. We are all set to find who's gonna be the one to claim that last remaining ticket to the semis. We are live from Sri Manoj Sarkar Stadium, Uttarakhand, and these two teams will be hoping to dish out what is an absolute masterclass. Well, to be honest, TOFA, they have so far been absolutely clinical. They have ensured that in the group stages, they dominated the proceedings. They went on to top Group D. They played three games, they won two, and they drew one. They scored 15 goals and they conceded nine. But guess what? It was Hazrat Nizamuddin Club who actually came up with a surprise. They were on the cusp of possibly being eliminated, and somehow or the other, they survived. They fought till the very end and they scored. They pumped out 8 goals in 8 minutes to eventually qualify for the quarterfinal. So make no mistake, both these teams, they have plenty of weapons in their repertoire. They have plenty of weapons in their arsenal, and they will take the court by storm. It's a matter of minutes before these. And as the banner is being marched out by four young gentlemen, they are being followed by the match officials and eventually coming out to the center, parading to the center to seize their ticket of glory to get into the final four of the contest. It's the two teams, TOFA dressed in white and Hazrat Nizamuddin Club dressed in black. It indeed is a battle of extremes. It indeed is a battle of supreme proportions. It's not just a black and white contest. It's not just a contest with the binaries. It's a contest where technicalities will meet fearless attitude, where aggression and belligerence will meet calm and composure, and where youth will combat experience. The pre-game rituals, shaking hands, high fives, and a few smiles as well from both the teams, hoping to leave a lasting impact. We'll wait for the two captains to march to the center for the coin flip, where the officials await them. We have got a pretty star-studded official panel for the last quarter final. And this is where they will all roll and rumble. The captain of Hazrat Nizamuddin Club out in the center. And it's a team photo, the customary photo ops for Total Football Academy as well. Leading Hazrat Nizamuddin Club is Rishabh Raikwar, and leading TOFA, it's Muhammad Ehtisham Ali. The match officials for the day, Jaydev Singh, Sukhdev Singh, Chudasma, Kareem, they are the two referees on the court. And then we have Avigyan Bose, who's the timekeeper. The third referee is Faisal Kareem. Match Commissioner Haubam Kamba Singh, he'll have a tough work to dispense. And it's going to be me, Rohit, who will take you through this battle. The up 40 minutes of madness. A quick look at the starting five of TOFA. It's Sheikh Salim, Mohammad Ehtisham Ali under the sticks, or rather the captain, Rahim Das Yesudas, Arvind Reddy, Faizuddin Ahmed under the sticks. Pretty decent bench strength as well. Watch out for Chetan Komarpant and Mohammad Yusha when they take the centre stage. At the end of the day, it's rolling. All of them will possibly come into the act. Simmerpreet's head coach, he will like to victory out here. A quick look at Hazrat Club starting five. They've got Praful Leketka, their goalkeeper, Rishabh Raikwa, their skipper, Arjun Shukla, Harsh Suhanda, and Tarun Kumar Singh, as well as a part of the starting five. On the bench, watch out for Anmol Parteti when he comes out as the custodian, Vedant Rai, who got a brace in the last game. And we are underway here. It is TOFA who gets us underway from left to right in their whites, and on your frame attacking in their signature blacks. From the right to the left, it is Hazrat Nizamuddin Club. Who's going to come out on top? Too many variables on the horizon. Tarun Kumar Singh with the ball. And I think we've seen this before. Again, that was a bit of a mistake to kickstart proceedings. It's just 20 seconds on the ticker, and you let the ball go by, kind of an unforced error. And again, due to lack of communication amongst the players, I think given the fact that this is a more fast-paced game than football, you need to be communicative at all times. You can't have one moment of silence or it can lead to disaster, particularly against a team like TOFA. And possession stays alive with TOFA. A nice forward ball, a chance, shot comes in, it was a difficult angle. But again, fails to squeeze one. It was a fine run from the left, and this is where TOFA is extremely menacing. It was Rahim Das Yesudas who suddenly came in with that surge of acceleration. The quick throw there from the goalkeeper. Nicely received. Keeping things under control here, Rishabh Raikwa trying to release one for his teammate, but has been intercepted. The danger is looming large. Shot comes in, takes a thick deflection and goes out of the court. Looks like it's going to be a kick in there, is it? Or a corner? Yeah, it's going to be a corner actually. The first set piece out there for TOFA. Quickly taken. Bit of a back pass there. Not the most controlled of passes, to be honest. Had to come in with a compulsive header on their occasion. Throw in for Hazrat Nizamuddin Club. Lovely control, lovely footwork in the box, in the circle in fact. And the referee's blown the whistle. In all likelihood, it's going to be a free kick, is it? Not really sure though. Yeah, it is going to be a free kick. Just outside the arc on that occasion. And it's going to be interesting. Early attacking intent from Hazrat Nizamuddin Club. We have seen one from TOFA. Despite it being a difficult angle, they did take their chance. Can Hazrat Nizamuddin as well register an attempt? Lovely ball to that far left, far right in fact. And an attempt to try and take a swipe at the goal with that left footer, dragging it wide by whiskers. Taking their time, another long ranger comes floating in. You've got to be a bit more precise and make no mistake. Hazrat Nizamuddin, they've got a very good goalkeeper. That's another chance. This was slightly cheeky. Trying to get a forward ball there. And this has already been a very good encounter. We are just, 1 minute, 12 seconds in the game. And we can see some serious intensity from both sides. The commitment, they know that they are already in the knockout, so there's no room for error. There's no second chance, there's no second game coming for you. So you have to make the most of what you have right now at your behest. Another intervention. Another chance, trying to open up that shooting lane before whamming one. Lovely ball into the centre. Excellent save by the goalkeeper. That is sensational there from Praful Liketkar, coming in with a crucial dive. And had it not been for him, TOFA could have got that opening goal of the game. Danger stays alive. Another shot. But once again, it is Hazrat Nizamuddin club. They have an excellent defensive solidity and they are trying to make the most of it. Lovely ball in the arc, but wonderfully captured again by Praful Liketkar. Praful taking his time there, and that's quite a buoyant throw. Nicely headed down. Looks like it's going to be a throw-in for HNC. So far, both the teams are matching each other, ounce for ounce. Not even an inch granted without some severe fights. Small short passes is how HNC wants to go forward. Nice ball control, lovely layoff. And a shot comes in, but straight into the hands of the goalkeeper. Mohammad Faizuddin Ahmed making no mistake. And now it stays with TOFA. Incredible setup onto the right. A couple of steps, another square ball into the center. Opportunity. But then you got to pull the trigger. At times you have to pull the trigger even before you are sure. You've got to run even before you can walk. Had that been the case, I think TOFA would definitely have two better chances. This time, though, a pretty wide attempt, a pretty wide enterprise takes the ball away. And just to give you all a quick heads up, 5 fouls in a half will lead to a penalty. And TOFA has already committed one. Apologies, in fact, yeah, it was a free kick. So TOFA has committed one. TOFA needs to be careful from here on. Again, they have lots of time. They are tactically solid, but make no mistake, HNC, they have also got a very good defensive unit. And that attacking unit of theirs, it almost burst into flames in that last game against Pondicherry United Football Academy. 8 goals in the last 8 minutes and they were in the quarterfinals. That's how quickly games can change. And now it's HNC again. We've already started seeing the substitutes coming in. Another fine forward ball opportunity. And a timely defensive intervention there from TOFA. Coming to the deliverance of the men in white. Another fine interception. Now through the center, trying to dash forward. It has been snatched away. Outside dodge, looking for that angle. Misses out. Lays off for his partner through the center. Opportunity looming large. Mohammad Atisam Ali taking his time there. Still to lay proper hold on the ball. And now through the center. Distributing the ball with calm and composure. Lovely inside dodge. Goes all the way back to the goalkeeper. Mohammad Faizuddin Ahmed comes a long way out. TOFA slowly and steadily trying to get a ball forward. Too many players in the box. Opportunity goes wide. Mohammad Atisam Ali almost snuck one. It's turning out into a fine contest. We have seen goals aplenty since the morning. And there might be more locked and loaded. Ahmad Abdul Malik. And now a ball to the far left. Another chip. Wonderful setup. Opening goal of the 4th quarter-final. It's TOFA that secures the lead. And it came from the feet of Ahmad Abdul Malik. An absolute predator. Circling around in the arc. Take a look at that. Lovely setup. And Ahmad Abdul Malik. A gentle tap in. But once the goalkeeper was beaten, there was no coming back. Fine setup, lovely assist as well. That came from the feet of Rahim Das Yesudas and Hamad Abdul Malik. He knew exactly how to punish his opposition. TOFA, they might have committed a foul, but they also have a goal in their bank. trying to go forward as much as possible, but then it is not going to be enough. They'll have to push hard, both the teams, especially HNC, because when it comes to that attacking unit of theirs, they have kind of struggled so far. And today they'll have to shake out those early jitters. They'll have to come forward. Another quick change for TOFA. They get Tumuluruanero in the center. Again, clearance there, kick in for HNC. Into the arc. In fact, they are trying to penetrate into the arc there. Should be a corner. Yes, not taking any risks out there. Vedant Rai trying to sneak one ball in front of the goal, and if that goal mouth opens up, you never know. And solid defending. Should be another kick in. Vedant Rai will be taking that. They'll need more numbers. In fact, Vedant now has shifted to the center. And it's Tarun Kumar Singh who once again pumps it out to that TOFA player. Gets a deflection. HNC trying desperately to control that, but another kick in. And once again, in favor of HNC. They will need more numbers coming up. They'll have to be a bit fearless at times. They'll have to start banking a bit too heavily upon their goalkeeper. Let him come out. Let him do the honors. At times you got to take that early risk. Another long ball. The idea was to try and find a player who was charging onto that left flank. But eventually anyone wasn't. And also it was kind of miscued, to be honest. All the way to the goalkeeper. Praful plays it forward. Intercepted. Can be another chance. Another shot comes in. In fact, that was a setup to the left. An incredible one at that as well. And sadly enough, TOFA couldn't convert it. What a chance. And it went begging. These are the opportunities that we talk about. These are the opportunities that can open that goal mouth. Another lovely opening. Another setup and a fine save from Praful. The ball doesn't go in. And eventually the defenders chime in. It's the second time that Praful has proved to be the unbreachable fortress under the sticks. He has been beaten once, but he continues to fight. He knows every save that he pulls off will help his team to garner momentum. Square ball towards the right. Trying to sneak one forward ball, but it wasn't enough. The first 6 minutes of the game, it can be said that TOFA, they have been tactically solid. Gentle chip over the head. Again, not really making the most out of that. They'll need players, more players coming up, more numbers challenging the supremacy of TOFA. Their defense will have to be tested. Another long ball straight into the hands. An opportunity. No one was home. TOFA did come knocking, but Praful unfazed. Praful with another. Oh, the goalkeepers come out! But that goal, I think, won't count because TOFA's claiming nobody touched it. Was there a touch? Because if there was a touch, then this will count as a goal. I think the goal hasn't been counted. But a bit of an injury problem there. Vedant Rai has gone down. And ever since Vedant Rai has come on, he's looked fine. He's controlling, distributing the ball. Has been quite a menace in the box there. We'll take a look once again. That was quite a ballooning throw. No, it didn't get any touch along the way. But the idea was loud and clear. Nice passes along the way. TOFA, they continue to do what they have been doing throughout the tournament. They have relied in that passing of theirs. The team comes together. They've got a great chemistry amongst themselves, and they make the most of it. Another incredible ball, and once again, Praful Likithkar has been an absolute Fort Knox. Time and time again, at times stepping out of his line, at times pulling off crucial shot-stopping showdowns. He's keeping HNC in the game, and this is where they are so dangerous. Make no mistake, against Pondicherry United Football Academy, they were trailing until the 29th minute, and suddenly, out of nowhere, the entire team came alive and how. But then they are up against a different team altogether. Total Football Academy. Another chance, one on the chest. That's how Warriors fight. It doesn't matter how hard they get hit, they will always get back up. And Praful stepping out of that line. Lovely chip forward, lovely control. But the shot from the emasculated foot there from Tarun Kumar Singh. Had it come from his right foot, this could have been a golden opportunity. And it goes begging. The ball now with TOFA. And some incredible footwork. Shot comes in. Sheikh Salim trying to breach the defense once again. But it's the man, Praful Likithkar, standing between destiny and TOFA. Pulling off one save after the other. He's not going to be denied a shine at glory. He wants to be the hero, and so far he has been one. He's taken a couple of shots, one on his chest, another one in his gut. But then he's still ensured the fact that he's fighting. He's fighting till the last moment. Another lovely opportunity. That was cheeky Futsal. Trying to get a forward pass, trying to catch HNC's defense off guard. But then it's not easy to get past the strong likes of Praful Likithkar. Another chance, another shot. But this time, it flies above. This has been a solid start now. TOFA slowly and steadily growing in stature, a lot more confident. Praful comes up with another long throw, another opportunity. Oh my word, how did that not go in? I think he misread the flight of the ball. It was set up like a chance on a silver platter, and all you had to do was just head it home. The goalkeeper was out of his line. He was caught off guard. But then the header could have been better. Good footwork there, still keeping it under control. In the D now, setting it up to his partner. Another shot from range. Again, way off the target. It was Ashish Singh with the shot there. The idea was right, the intent was right. The execution could have been miles better. You need flatter shots. You need to drill them into the top of the net. You get underneath the ball, you're going to offer the ball elevation. It's going to keep on flying, and in futsal, you don't like it. Your goal's not as big as a normal football goal. Nice bit of control, and then the idea again was brilliant. Another long ball, trying to control it with that extended boot of his. It was kind of incredible. In all likelihood, it was Ashish Singh on the right. Not really, yeah, it was Ashish Singh on the right. He did that first thing right. He did extend his boot out there, but then the ball didn't really bend to his well. It went out. TOFA again. TOFA does well, receives the ball. Referee blows the whistle. And a couple of substitutions here. These will keep on continuing out there because rolling substitutions at the end of the day. Well, looks like, in fact, it's a free kick. So that is the first foul committed by HNC. And TOFA might fancy their chances. Will they take a direct one? They've got Sheikh Salim waiting on that. Sheikh lays it off. And a thunderous enterprise. Again from range, but it wasn't enough. It had way too much elevation to it. Praful now donning the captain's armband. Another long ball. Shot comes in. And somehow the ball doesn't go in. It rattles the woodwork. And the rest of it taken care of by Mohammad Faizuddin Ahmed. And immediately, in the flash of an eye, in a heartbeat, TOFA was upon HNC. What a great chance created. And it misses out the goal by whiskers. Fast as a lightning and crackling like a thunder. TOFA almost exploited their counterparts just while they felt good about themselves, creating a couple of quick chances. Again, solid body shielding as well. And the ball doesn't go anywhere near. Fine receive, trying to make the most of it. Ruffle now trying to add a bit to that attacking firepower of HNC. Should be a kick in here for TOFA. It has been a well contested first 10 minutes. Not a one sided encounter. That's definitely going to be a foul. No questions about that. I think Ashish Singh already knew that the player had went past him. And that's how good tactically TOFA is. Another fine display of his flair there from Hamad Abdul Malik, the man who scored the goal. We'll take a look there. Lovely first touch, and that was more than enough to send HNC scurrying into panic and committing the foul. But the consequent free kick that was taken, it wasn't enough. Ruffle goes for another long throw. This is straight out of the training ground. They are appealing for a foul, but the referee not giving anything out there. In fact, he's given out a kick in, quickly taken from the right. Lovely ball into the D, and a phenomenal shot on the turn. Once again, just wide. It was Ansh Walter. And now TOFA comes knocking on the nose again. It was their captain Mohammad Sham Ali trying to go for that outside dodge and create that shooting angle with the left foot of his. But then a timely defensive interception gets it out. Again trying to snatch it away, not really. This time they were successful, but the referee blows the whistle. Looks like another foul. Now that's two quick fouls in a span of 2 to 3 minutes. So two more fouls remaining in the bank before it leads to a penalty. And you don't want that. That'll be a free after playing such a good game, after keeping your opposition contained. Oh, it's a lovely bit of snatch. That should be a foul, is it? Yeah, it goes without saying. I think the referee will wait for him to get back up. But then he deliberately, Sheikh Salim, extended that head of his. And that is why the foul was given. Or else, HNC actually had the chance to run away with the ball. It's getting a bit of treatment, all right. But Sheikh Sir, once you are up on your feet, the yellow card awaits. Looks like he's gone out, off court. Yeah, I think it's going to be a kick in favor of TOFA. Yes, the yellow card has now been shown to Sheikh Salim. That's because of that foul, because of that extended head of his. That was kind of deliberate, trying to take the ball away from TOFA, from HNC rather. And a free kick now in favor of HNC. A chance for them to try and test out the defensive integrity of TOFA's rear guard. Another ball comes forward, trying to control that. Good back pass. Now a square ball. Taking their time there. HNC again playing it all the way back. And an attempt to go for a header, but that too from a lot of distance. Rishabh Raipur, he's got power, but trying to cover up that much of distance with a header, that's not the wisest of things you can do. Once again, bumbling into the opposition skipper, Mohammad Sham Ali. He's an absolute titan of the game. Mighty fast, lightning quick. And when it comes to some shooting prowess, he is a free cannon blaster. He's gonna shoot those balls like thunder from his feet. Kick in now for TOFA. Crossfield ball. But Praful once again, always up, always running, always on his toes. That's the kind of goalkeeping that you would love to see, because it creates conundrums for your opposition. When your goalkeeper is on the move at all times, at times your opposition will have to take the shots early, thereby not getting the precision that they want. A bit of a back push. Controls that once again. Should be a kick in here for HNC, and they'll take their time. Arjun Shukla to Praful. Praful with a couple of steps forward, back to Arjun again. Arjun plays it square. Back to Arjun on the left wing. Arjun plays it forward. Nice control, lovely first touch. And once again, divested of possession. And from the right, it's TOFA. Hamad Abdul Malik, the goal scorer, plays it to the left. Hamad circling around in the centre, hoping to get the ball, hoping to create another shooting chance. Back to Hamad. Hamad plays it to the left again. Fine control. This might be an opportunity. He's gone a bit too far. Rahim Das Yasudas should have tried to pull the trigger when he was somewhere close to the centre, but he didn't. Good defending there. Excellent defending. That's good situational awareness by Arvind Reddy. Another opportunity. Lovely setup. Through the centre. That's goal number 2. A razor sharp strike from Rahim Das Yasudas. And Praful, after all the dance, after all the movement, he was once again caught off guard because his defenders were not there. And by the time his defenders could come in, it was way too late. It was easy pickings for Rahim Das, and he accepted the invitation with arms wide open. There was no coming back from there. And a timeout has been called for. So far this game, it has oscillated from one end to the other, but TOFA, as already mentioned before, they are a tactically better team than HNC is. And Hazrat Nizamuddin club, I think somehow or the other, despite all those long balls being thrown by the goalkeeper, somehow or the other they have not materialized. And you can see fans enjoying themselves. Why not? It's a Thursday evening. It's a long weekend from tomorrow. It's Independence Day tomorrow, one of the most prestigious days in Indian history, 15th of August. And then we have the Saturdays and Sundays coming in. So yes, a very good time to come in and witness some futsal action. And for the ones unable to come into the stadium, you can let your friends and families know it's coming to you live on the official YouTube channel of Indian football. So keep an eye out. We are witnessing some serious high-octane encounter. That was another opportunity there. Trying to create that shooting angle with the knuckleball technique. Another chance, but this time the angle was almost impenetrable. And Praful now with a quick throw. Nicely controlled from the right, trying to lay it off for his teammate forward. Misses out. TOFA on the move once again. Fine control. Lovely back flick. Still stays with TOFA. TOFA plays it back. Goes for that outside dodge. Once again to Sheikh Salim, the man who's got a yellow card or a warning. Back to Sheikh Salim. Sheikh plays it to Arvind. Arvind does well to control that. Intercepted now. HNC with a bit of a back pass, then regains momentum. Another fine chance. You need to put in more power on the shots there. It's good to see that you want to wing it technically, but not always do techniques work. At times you need that brute force, and especially if you don't have the angle in your favor, you have to try and get a deflection off the goalkeeper. So you need power behind your shots. But once again, not the best of balls there. An extended boot coming in, but it wasn't enough. Harsh Suhanda trying to control the ball, missed out. 8 minutes remaining on the ticker. Another long throw. Stays in control with agency. Harsh Suhanda once again. Harsh plays it back. Now the ball switches itself to the right. Oh, that was a lovely opportunity again. A lovely chance created. The idea was Harsh possibly going for a back flick, but Harsh couldn't control that. Another long range up, thumped in by Arjun Shukla. You need to have the accuracy on the ball as well. It goes miles over the sticks out there. By this time, failing to capture it. It was Rahim Das Yasudas, the man who scored the all-important second goal. Close to 8 minutes now remaining in the first half. Taking their time now, they are trying to build from the back. Good work. But then once again, just take a look. After all the hard work, if you take a look at HNC's players, they are not in a proper position. So they don't know whom to pass to. And just take a look at how TOFA is coming forward. Lovely ball again. And another brilliant save by Praful Likitkar. Out of his line, just in the nick of time. And creating that shadow. And once again, as we said before, once you start pressurizing your opposition to take that shot early, the precision factor goes out of the window. Now it's Tofa. Sheikh plays it all the way back to Sheikh again. Kind of toying with the opposition defenders now. Another lovely ball. Knitted through. Bit of a back push. Onto the far left. The two wings, especially the left, have been extensively used so far by Tofa. That's how dangerous they are. The wing play has been sensational. And now it's their captain again, Mohammad Ehtisham Ali from the right, trying to knit one to the centre. It's a 2v2 situation. Your passing needs to be a lot more accurate. HNC will have to keep their poise here. They might be trailing by 2 goals, but they were in a similar situation in the last game as well. So they know that it's not the end of the road for them. They need to keep that calm of theirs. They need to have a hold of their nerves out there. That's better passing. Again, there's a massive gap between the defense and the attacking lineup. That gap will have to be bridged at all costs. Somehow or the other, it feels like HNC, they aren't really sure if they want to go all guns blazing on attack. They always want a couple of their players defending, and if you try and create that, you are taking the sting away from your attacking unit. You are taking the belligerents away. Another chance, and goal number 3. Tofa now almost mocking their opposition, running away with the game. Way too easy on that occasion. And this time it's the captain, Mohammad Ehtisham Ali. No mistake. One invite accepted. There, cool, calm. Yeah, it did come off a defender for sure. But then it is gonna be Mohammad Ehtisham Ali's goal. Tofa now are thoroughly dominant. And Hazrat Nizamuddin club, I think they are somehow missing out on the communication. They will need a leader out in the center who can change the game, who can hold the game, and who can bridge the gap between the attack and the defense. Their defense will have to come up. They'll have to start challenging. That's how you do it. A good attempt to create that 1-2. But then they kind of ran short of space. Another timeout has been called this time. I reckon it's by Hazrat Nizamuddin club. Somehow or the other, they are being overrun by their counterparts. And that's not something that you want. It's the quarter-final, and you will have to start retaliating at the earliest possible. Whatsoever salvo they had garnered in the center, that's kind of evaporated altogether. Discussions in all corners, pressure building slowly and steadily on Hazrat Nizamuddin club. Altamash Naeem Sheikh possibly telling them what's going wrong. They need to fire together as a team. They'll have to believe in themselves. They'll have to ask a bit more from their goalkeeper, Praful Likitkar. He's been a solid shot stopper. But can he help his team in reaping attacking dividends? There's a bit of a change now. They have got Anmol Parteti under the sticks here. After that third goal, I think Praful Likitkar might be shaky. But so far, if you keep the goals away, he's actually been a stalwart under the stakes, kind of robust, kind of burly. And he's actually helped his team save out almost sure shot goals. Another chance and another fine save. This time it comes from Anmol Parteti. He was out of his line just in the nick of time and ensured the fact that he's throwing his body in the line of fire. Took one onto his thighs and ensured that the ball's not going in. Free kick in favour of TOFA, which means HNC now will be on the cusp of more danger. They are trading dangerously along the cliff. They need to be very, very careful here if they don't want to concede a penalty. A bit of push, and that's by the books. A chance, fine setup again. Too much power on the ball. You will not get a better chance than that. But you have to put the right weight on the ball. It could have been the opening that they were desperately looking for. But then, when you try and overcompensate, that was clearly an indication he got overexcited and thereby putting a lot more power to the ball that took it away from the attacker in front. And whatsoever chance they had, it fizzled away. Here's another chance. Lovely turn. Shot comes in, but rattles the side netting. Well, the goalkeeper will have to release the ball quickly enough. 4 seconds is what he has as per the rules. Great snatching there. Fine ball. Mohammad Ehtisham Ali had a lovely chance. But fine save there from Anmol Parteti. He was out of his line again, pruning down the angle for Mohammad Ehtisham Ali. Kick in for TOFA. Apologies, kick in for HNC there. So far, it has been a tough day out for HNC. They started the game well. But ever since the second goal has been scored, their body language have dropped, their shoulders have dropped. And the gloom and the dejection, it's extremely palpable now in their overall approach. Intent has kind of died down here. Still stays with TOFA. Arvind Reddy plays it to his left. TOFA now looking for more space. And I think Sheikh Salim, he's been the difference maker. Another opportunity again. Taking a bit too much there. Rahim Das, Yasudas had to go for the shot. Had the angle in his favour. Could have actually trusted his instincts on that occasion. Oh, this time before he could flick the corner, he didn't see that his teammate has actually tripped in the box there. Comfortably headed down. Back to HNC. HNC still on the ball, but eventually they run short of space. And a word of apology. That's good sportsman spirit as well. Rishabh Singh Rajput just telling him that was not intentional. It's just that I lost control and I slammed into you. Square ball again. Still with TOFA. Now knocks it forward. Intercepted. Shooting chance. Shot comes in. Blocked. They'll have to find that rhythm of theirs back. The momentum with which they started the game until that second goal was conceded. Another incredible ball and a bit too fast on that occasion there. It's not that HNC is entirely devoid of chances. It's not that they have been overrun. They've shown courage, they've shown guts and grits. The only problem is when it matters the most, You're missing out on that final pass. You're missing out on that final nail in the coffin that can help them build something significant, something substantial. They still stay on the ball this time, though loses control. Was a fine run from Rishabh Singh Rajput, but then it's not easy, particularly when you've come close to that back line there. Oh, there was some problem with the throw there, and that means I think he stepped outside that D box there, and thereby a free kick for HNC from a very good position. Oh, in fact, yeah, they've got a two-man wall. They've got Faisal Hussain, the man who struck a brace in the last game. Here's a chance. And now one of HNC joins them as well in the wall, Rishabh Singh Rajput. He's a tall man, towering man. Can they make the most of it? Who's going to be the one to fire home the shot? Do they get that first goal? Do they get some momentum back? Plays it back and it takes a deflection, goes all the way outside the court. I was not really sure. In situations like this, at times you have to come up with a direct shot. Oh, that was a fine effort there. It was a lovely volley from Rishabh Singh Rajput. But then it wasn't enough. Back with TOFA again. Loses out control. Now HNC, they have a chance. And again, you have to release the ball when you have the time. They took way too longer. They had the opportunity. There was a player running onto that left wing, but it wasn't taken. And now from the left, again trying to get the ball in the D, but misses out. 2.5 minutes remain in the first half. HNC now looking for those small and crisp passes. Accuracy still being a questionable factor. Trying to knit it forward. Kick in for HNC. It's going to be Harsh Suhanda with the kick in. Harsh lays it back to Arjun Shukla. Once again, it was the attempt to try and knit it forward by Tarun Kumar Singh, and still doesn't find his own play. Another shot blocked. And now a couple of steps, another opportunity opening up. Shot comes in. Misses out the mark there. It's getting a lot more complicated, a lot more difficult for HNC. And that is because they are unable to execute the final pass. Either they are being intercepted or they are putting way too much weight on the ball. Somehow or the other, the positioning of their players as well has also been another factor which will need some work. Lovely ball forward. Goes out. Off play. Stays with HNC. Do they finally open up that window of opportunity that they are looking forward to? They did well to go for that outside dribble and control that shooting angle. But then it was never going to be easy. From that slanting view of the goal there, with the goalkeeper in position, he had to go for power, and when he injected the power onto that shot, it flew outside. Again, headed down nicely. Just the intensity that we are talking about. But now they are also starting to lose balls out in the center, and that is what HNC should be focusing on, trying to punish them in the midfield. Somehow or the other, tiredness is creeping in. We've said this before, futsal is a lot more fast-paced than football is, and that's because of the cramped space that we have. Gentle trip onto the right. Yeah, the whistle being blown, should be a kick in. And there, the magician, Hamad Abdul Malik, the man who opened scoring for TOFA, and then was joined by the likes of other. Another long throw came in. So far, they have got three different scorers. Ahmad Abdul Malik. The second goal came from Rahim Das Yasudas, and the third from their skipper, Mohammad Sham Ali. Just take a look at how much of free space TOFA has got. Again, it's not entirely due to HNC's fault, but it's due to that lightning fast speed that their players have got. The way they are moving, the way they are shuffling amongst themselves, the way they are slotting into their positions, they are extremely nimble footed and agile, and they are making good use of that quality altogether from TOFA. They have been systematic, they have been clinical, and more importantly, they have been dominant. Now HNC on the ball. Small passes being played. Arjun Shukla now releases it for the player on the right. Back to Arjun again. Arjun looking for support. Doesn't really get the forward pass right. Had a bit of an awkward elevation there. Most likely was trying to go for that rainbow flick. But then he was not exactly in that angle. He was kind of sideways to the ball. Rishabh. They'll need that final pass to be in place. If they are able to score once, that will give them the confidence. That will give them the hope that they can recreate what they did against Pondicherry United Football Academy. But make no mistake, this is a different opposition. Tofa, they are a different beast. They move like lightning. They move like planets heading towards black holes. That's how quick they are. Another fine chance. Then again, it was all centering around the right wing. Nobody came in front of the goal mouth. This time, though, they might have a bit more chance, a bit more positivity going forward, and they finally get a deflection in the last minute to extract a corner. They're trying to square it off into the center, but nobody home. 17 seconds to go. Another opportunity, but this time a decent body shielding. Headed away. This game's still far away from being over. It's got a lot of life remaining. It's got an entire half of futsal remaining. And HNC will only be hoping that they can get themselves the momentum. And for that, their players will have to be a bit more bold than they are right now. They'll have to show that bravado. They'll have to show that grit and gumption. They'll have to show that tenacity in themselves. And with this, the whistle goes off. At the end of the first half, Total Football Academy have a 3-0 cushion over Hazrat Nizamuddin club. We've got three different goal scorers. It started with Hamad Abdul Malik opening the scoring, and then Rahim Das Yasudas doubling up that score. And finally, it was Mohammad Sham Ali, the skipper of TOFA, getting that third goal in. And at the halfway mark, the scoreline is 3-0. We'll take a short breather and be back with the second half. Stay tuned, everyone. Hello, everyone. We welcome you back once again for the second half of the fourth quarterfinal of the ongoing AIFF Futsal Club Championship 2024-25. We've already found three semi-finalists. We are in hunt of the last semi-finalist, who's going to be the one to make it to the semi-finals from this contest. For now, Total Football Academy, hailing all the way from Hyderabad. They are the ones in the lead. 3-0 is what the scoreline reads, and that too in their favour. And at the other end, Hazrat Nizamuddin club desperately looking for a bit of a lifeline. And on your frame, attacking in their signature black from the left to the right, it's Hazrat Nizamuddin club. And on your frame, attacking from the right to the left in their signature whites, it's Total Football Academy. This is going to be a good, ferocious battle. A battle that will pit the best of teams. For now, it has been Total Football Academy calling the shots. Good technique, good tactics, and more importantly, excellent communication between the players. Brilliant positioning sense as well. And agency, they are doing decently. But that final pass, that coup de grace, that has been missing. That is what they'll need to find. That is the key to them getting back in the game. They were 2-0 down against Pondicherry United Football Academy until the 28th minute. And they got their first goal in the 29th minute. From there on, they went on to power home 8 staggering goals. Another opportunity, another shot comes in from TOFA. Looks like they have started with Anmol Pateti under the sticks. Praful, after conceding those 3 goals, have been in some serious pickle altogether. Long throw, quite a ninja kick to stay it away. Back with agency all the way from the right, Tarun Kumar Singh. Tarun slams it into the opposition defense. Nicely controlled now, Arjun Shukla. Into the stride of Arjun again. Arjun plays it forward. He had an option open on the right. Tarun was out there, nobody marking him. All he had to do was just take one of those lateral passes on the turn. Could have been tricky. But then the ball going forward again made no sense at all. Because there was no one in the first place, and second of all, it was a difficult angle to try and exploit. Faisal plays it back to Anmol. Rishabh trying to knock it forward. Misses out as it was intercepted. Another lovely setup onto that right wing there. But agency had their reinforcements in place. All the way to Anmol again in the D. Anmol with a couple of paces forward. Back to Anmol. Yeah, looks like there was a bit of foul. In all likelihood, the kind of hurdle that was being set in front of the player, that wasn't by the books, and the referee blowing down the whistle. I think it was because of the push that the free kick was given, which means the first foul of the second half has been committed by TOFA, and a free kick from just outside the D there. Another opportunity, another chance for them to try and slam home that number 4. Take this game away completely. This can very well be the moment. Trial by fire for Anmol. He's got a 2-man wall in front of himself. Who's going to be the one to try and curl it home? Is it going to be Arvind Reddy? Or is it going to be Sheikh Salim? Sheikh Salim has been the engine in the center, has been the heart, pumping out blood, pumping out the balls. Sheikh Salim takes the shot, deflected. Going to be a kick in here in favor of TOFA. Sheikh plays it to his teammate, back to Sheikh again. Swipes it all the way to Arvind Reddy, who's in the defense. Now Arvind stays on the ball. taking their time. Sheikh Salim now switching to the left. He's been an extraordinary workhorse. The kind of workload that he's taken, moving from one particular angle to the other, shuffling consistently and creating a lot of challenges for his opposition. This time, however, run short of space out on that far right. Another brilliant chip, headed away, brought down, now under control. Trying to go for that outside dribble, still in control of the ball. That's some muscle coming all the way from Rahim Das Yasudas. And finally, he releases it for Arvind Reddy. He was strong on that ball. By no means was he going to lose the ball, particularly with just Arvind in front of him. And he did what he had to, maintain that defensive solidity. Oh, that's a lovely 1-2 setup. But once again, it was Anmol coming out of his line, denying Mohammad Ehtisham Ali a shy at the goal there. This is why your goalkeeper will always need to be on his feet. And that's what he did out here. Quickly coming out of his line to reduce the angle. Ehtisham still on the ball, loses it. But excellent recovery there by TOFA. They've got players all around. Everybody going up, going down. Everybody scooting forth, scooting back whenever it's the need of the hour. Ehtisham trying to go for that shot, but never really had that free-willing space which he wanted. He had Rishabh Raikwar, his counterpart, breathing on his neck, forcing him to take an ill-judged shot on that occasion and thereby impart unwanted elevation. Again, just scrambling it away to safety. But now they are compounding numbers, trying to open up that shooting lane. Small passes now being played by TOFA over and over again, trying to leave their counterparts a bit frazzled with the intensity of the passes, with the number of passes. Again, lovely footwork, lovely ball control, lovely first touch. Ehtisham Ali's got space from the right, takes the shot and slams home the number 4. That's an extraordinary run from the right, had a very difficult angle, but ensured the fact he's going for the far post, powering home a meaty pile driver. And now this game might very well be done and dusted. HNC will need a miracle and a half to turn this around. For now, they are disintegrating. This is top quality futsal from TOFA, Total Football Academy. Showing class, showing caliber, showing control. This can be a chance. Difficult angle once again. Tarun Kumar Singh doing what he had to do. He had no other options. It was a very slender gap that he had towards the goal. So he had to take a shot quickly. And he did. And it went miles away. Ehtisham found the first foul of the second half coming from HNC. Nothing's going their way. They are now a bit frustrated. But then again, you got to fight. You got to keep on fighting. You've got 15 minutes. And I think they are the best examples that the game can change. A game can change in a heartbeat in this format. You just need to be on your toes. You just need to be committed to the cause. And you never know when will magic happen. Ruffles back under the sticks. I think Praful was a strong, sturdy presence in the first half, but then he was subbed off. Another long ball sent by Mohammad Faizuddin Ahmed. TOFA failing to control that on that, or else it could have been another opening that they were looking forward to. You never know. Kick in for TOFA. Thorough show of dominance so far from Total Football Academy. Another long throw and a try and a back header. Again, not the most convincing option. But then, as they say, none of the options are convincing for you unless you take it. Because magic is born where others think it's impossible. Good ball onto the right. Good control, but just while he wanted to take that second touch, there was a boot coming in from Arjun Shukla to get it out of play. Back with HNC, fine square ball onto the right, shooting chance might come up, and a loud appeal for a penalty. Looks like it has been given. Tarun Kumar Singh was fouled inside the box. Is that a penalty or is that a free kick? The referee is saying that it was within the D. Oh no, I think it looks like it's out. Yeah, the foul actually happened outside. That is a well judged call. So they'll have a free kick, all right. They won't have the penalty that they were looking forward to. There you go. Yes, very clearly. He fell inside the box, all right. But then the foul is where the ball will be. And that was the point of contact was outside the D box. Thereby, the free kick awarded and not a penalty. And a chance for HNC to try and probe Mohammad Faizuddin Ahmed once again. Do they go for a direct shot or do they do that itty bitty magic that they do? They lay it off, shot comes in. Again, too many players in front. Goal mouth, slammed shot. HNC will have to start thinking outside the box. He might have to come with something unconventional, possibly with those long ranges. Try and see if Mohammad Faizuddin Ahmed has got what it takes to defend the shots. I mean, yes, he's shown it before. But then in futsal, in football, in any game you play, history is only a precedent. It doesn't define the moment. Praful now coming a long way forward. Plays it to Harsuhanda. Harsuhanda, in fact. And again, trying to keep the ball in play. Tarun Kumar Singh went for a bit of a volley. Quickly released. Can HNC snatch the ball? Not really. TOFA. Praful's come a long way out. Referee says, keep the game on. Shot comes in. The entire goal was gaping. That's number 5. It's a bizarre sequence of events that unfolded. Praful came toppling out of his goal and there was no one backing it. And the result is Chetan Komarpant slamming home. We talked about this, that watch out. There you go. Praful was contorting in agony. I think there was a bit of miscommunication happening between the players and Praful trying to chime in with a bit of that attacking intent of theirs was caught off guard. Another long throw and it goes out to play. Nice bit of control. TOFA wins it back. This time though, a slightly awkward push. Chetan Komarpant, a man who's just scored the 5th goal for TOFA, misses out, kick in for HNC. But they give it away very cheaply. Lovely forward ball, incredible control. Praful somehow denies him. Trying to compensate for the error that he created early. Danger's not over. Arvind Reddy trying to lay it off to the player on the far right. He just switched to the center. And once again, it was the danger man, Hamad Abdul Malik. I think he kind of read it. He thought Arvind's going to play it straight and thereby he wanted to come through the center, gearing up for what potentially could have been that back flick. But it wasn't the case. But TOFA comes knocking on the doors again. And penetrating into the box, it was Hamad Abdul Malik trying to square one of his teammates. But Praful, he did a decent job here. Praful Likithkar closing down the angle completely. Another long throw. Kick in now in favour of HNC. Tarun plays it back. And a bit of a tussle for the ball. Ansh Walter. Ansh loses it out. TOFA does well to regain control and eventually play it amongst themselves. They are taking time. They are in no rush because they know that they are in a convincing position. They are in the driver's seat. From here on, all you need is composure. All you need is the right set of tactics. And that should get the job done for you. Another chance again. But this time Praful was out of the line and he's given the ball away. That's a good show of defensive integrity there from Hazrat Nizamuddin club. They were in position, closed down the gap in no time at all. Kick in for TOFA. Gentle chip forward. And Mohammad Shamali, is it? No. It was Tumaluru Anirudh trying to gain the dominance over the ball there. Loses out. Lost control. And now Chetan Komarpant. Looking around. Danger chances looming large in front of the goal. Kick in for TOFA. For HNC, apologies. And a chance for HNC. Nice layoff. Shot comes from the left foot out there of Tarun Kumar Singh. And once again, it's off target. Yeah, this time that was an unforced error. Kind of was driven into a wall on that occasion. And he had to make a call there. Mohammad Yusha. Another chance. Shot goes towards the goal, and somehow or the other, Mohammad Faizuddin Ahmed, despite spilling the ball once, he ensured that he remained in control, thereby detracting what could have been a categorical opening for HNC. Fine bit of work altogether. HNC are not relenting right now, and that is what it should be. They have nothing to lose. Again, trying to switch it to the player onto the far left. It was Harsh Suhanda waiting to pounce upon that. Harsh plays it to the centre. But Arjun Shukla loses out his foothold. Nonetheless, the ball still stays. Another lovely chance. Ansh Walter trying to be cheeky, trying to go for that second post. And Mohammad Faizuddin Ahmed, he was beaten, but the ball wasn't on target. And now a few questions are being asked by HNC. Can the TOFA defense keep on answering them one after the other? TOFA now trying to hit them back with a counter-attack. That has always been the case, TOFA. They've got a good attacking unit at their behest. So all they want is to put in a bit more pump in the game, is to get that attacking fangs of theirs out to try and intimidate their counterparts. Another lovely shy at goal from distance, but once again a million miles off target. Now TOFA snatches the ball, shot comes in, but shot goes wide as well. This was another brilliant opportunity. Rahim Das, Yasudas, had he got the precision right, it would have been a screamer. HNC with a chance, but Mohammad Faizuddin Ahmed finally being summoned to duties. The second half has been a busy one for him. Finally gaining some momentum. Again, taking too much time in that turn. You need to be fast. You need to be agile. Another opportunity in the making. Lovely setup. And what a fine goal. Anirudh laying it off for his teammate in the centre. And a delicate tap-in coming in from Muhammad Abdul Hasib. That layoff was $1 million assist. It felt like Anirudh is brushing the stroke of an artist, and Muhammad Abdul Hasib driving the stake through the heart of all aspirations of HNC. After all the hard work in the last few minutes, that goal possibly will take away all the gas that they have amassed, that they have accumulated in their tank in recent times. Another long ball. They were hoping that they could have laid it off into the stride of the player going forward, but it wasn't the case. Back with TOFA, but this time strong defending coming in from HNC. 11 minutes remaining. Truth be told, from here turning this around, it will need not just a miracle, but it will need a godsend. Like this has been a poor giveaway opportunity again, and looks like it's going to be a free kick. Another yellow card being shown just outside the box. Sheikh Salim already is on a yellow at this time. It is Suraj Anthony who's being booked. But more importantly, it's going to be a free kick when the players come back from the timeout. I think both the coaches, they like to have a word on that. This has been a tough day in office for Hazrat Nizamuddin club. They have fought really well. But the only problem is they have done it in patches. That's the challenge. If they would have been a bit more consistent, if they would have been a bit more aggressive, they would have come together as a unit, then this could have been a different tale altogether. It's just that they have been isolated, they have been left stranded over and over again. That is the problem. In a game like this, you will need all hands on deck, and you will need every single player to come in with his fair share of contribution. Free kick now for HNC. They're asking their players to come forward. Can they get that first goal? Can they get that consolation strike? Or can they get some catalyst going into the last 10 minutes? You never know. That might very well prove to be the opening of the floodgates. That's another brilliant save. It was a lovely shot from the outstep. And Mohammad Faizuddin Ahmed razor sharp reflexes. And this time trying to countervail. Anirudh going for that outstep as well. But the angle was a nightmare altogether. Ruffle doing the rest. Another lovely ball, another attempt to try and combine, hoping to chip one over the head of Ruffle. But it wasn't enough. Corner taken quickly enough. Plays it all the way back. HNC now kind of accelerating in terms of speed. But is that going to be enough? Do they have enough time on the ticker to stage what can be an extraordinary turnaround? Right now, they should forget about the turnaround. They should think about the next step, the next minute. They should think about the next goal. They should think about that first goal. Score one goal at a time. Take one goal at a time. Because then you will be setting up realistic goals for yourself. However, TOFA might be on the lead. Fine setup again by Anirudh. But this time, the player went a bit too much into the heart of the goal. Anirudh, he's squaring off left, right and centre. And those assists, those crosses into the box, they deserve a special mention. The dribbles on the outside, the excellent footwork, the exquisite control, they scream elegance altogether. Another lovely ball forward. And a fine bit of turn and a gentle finish. Talk about murdering your opposition with flair and finesse. And that, my friend, was how you do it. It was a work of art altogether from Chetan Komarpant. He gets his brace as well. And now TOFA, they can breathe free. They know from here on it's all about controlling the game, that's on. But I think if there's one thing that they like to get from this game, It's possibly to walk out with a clean sheet. That's all. They have done the hard work, they've done the diligence, and now it's all about finishing this in style. They've got 7 goals, they might eye for more, but if they can have an unblemished record heading into the semi finals, that will be a massive boost for their confidence. Agency, once again, trying their luck from range. A spectacle that we have seen over and over again, and somehow or the other, they have missed out their mark over and over again as well. Only if they would have been on target, it could have been a stern test. A trial by fire for Mohammad Fazuddin Ahmed. He was caught off guard a couple of times, but then the defensive integrity of TOFA is so good that they ensured that the ball's not going in. Sagar Singh plays it to the right, should be a kick in for TOFA. Sagar's asking for it, but they push it forward and they eventually run into a melee of boots altogether. Tumbling and yet keeping control. That's how good TOFA has been today. Every single step that they have taken has got them dividends. Every single thing that they have touched has turned into gold. And now they hunt for that 8th. It's gonna go out. Just to give you all a quick heads up, the 3 other semi-finalists that we already have in play are Bhawanipur FC, Goal Hunters FC and Corbett FC. Bhawanipur FC humbled Minerva Academy by a staggering 16-1. Corner taken. Trying to take one on the turn, misses out. And now, good outside, George. And that's the first goal. Fine setup. And an incredible finish. From the right, it was Tarun Kumar Singh. Tough angle, but it didn't matter to him. That was the precision that we have been talking about for a long, long time. Is this the start of something crazy? Something maddening? We've seen that happen before. This one is a tougher opposition. This one is a tougher equation. But again, you have found the first chord right. Now it's about getting the rest right as well. Again, I think I am being too optimistic. And that's only because HNC has pulled off something miraculous like this in the last game. The reason that they are in the quarterfinals is because of those 8 goals in the last 8 minutes. So far now, they will be looking for goals. They'll be coming all guns blazing. I think they wanted an unblemished record going into the semi-finals. But now that has been breached, from here on, it's their hunger for goals. Again, difficult angle. Praful keeps on tussling for the ball. It was a good cheeky attempt from Rahim Das Yesudas, but he couldn't really lob it over Praful. And Praful with a gigantic throw. However, taken care of. TOFA, 2 versus 2. Goes for that outside dodge. Keeps it in control. Shot comes in. But then a critical defensive intervention as well. Brilliant bit of work there from the captain of HNC, Rishabh Raipur. Throwing himself in the line of fire. A decent block at the expense of the corner. Again, Praful steers it away. And it's going to be a kick in now for HNC. Quickly taken back to Praful. Praful sends it forward. Misses out on the header. Another kick in. It's Faisal Hussain, but the kick in there. Lovely ball onto the left. They have some space going forward. And a ball into the D there. Faisal trying to clip it in with a back flick. But again, didn't really have control over it. Another lovely setup! And what could have been a screamer misses out its mark. This time Anirudh, he was teeing off his teammates and almost had the opportunity to score one. Trying to take one on the turn itself. It was a tough chance. What a lovely release forward. What an incredible setup that was. Praful with another towering throw. This time though headed away to safety. Falls back for HNC. HNC going for that outside dodge. Keeping it in control. Still looking for shooting space. Looking for players. And this time Mohammad Faizuddin does the rest. Had the ball been outside the box, it could have been a different story. Anirudh does well to dribble past his marker. But then Praful responding with a prompt outing. There's no room for error at all. This game is merciless. It won't forgive even a split second of mistake. That's how close this can be. Another fine ball, trying to lay it back for his teammate. With a back flick, misses out. Fine setup, fails to control that. Chetan Komarpant could have got a hat-trick out here. And a thumbs up to acknowledge the beauty of the pass. Fine stuff now. Almost sent the opposition scurrying, scrambling on the court. But then the consequent shot should have been better. Should have been more accurate, should have been close to the goal. But it wasn't the case. There comes the long throw all the way back to Praful. Praful asking his players, get into position, come on. Headed away, nicely controlled. Wonderful ball in the box there. Trying to be cheeky, trying to flick it into the galloping stride of his teammate. Misses out on that. And looks like there might have been a deflection, is it? No, it's a kick in itself. Quickly taken. Sent forward, intercepted. Another lovely shot, Praful with a hand to it. In fact, that was on the rise, so no, he didn't get a hand to it. It was going out nonetheless. Fine bit of ball control, trying to go for that outside step, hoping to create some shooting space. But nicely defended now. 6.5 minutes remain on the ticker. Once again going out of play. Another kick in for HNC. Long ranger deflected away for a kick in again. Corner taken. And now it's a kick in. Gently chipped in. Can he keep it in play? No, not really. Should have been a better one. It's not that you've had too many chances when one's been given to you, and that too close enough to the goal. You should take a change and goal there. And that's the first time Mohammad Faizuddin Ahmed has actually gone out. Judson J comes under the sticks here. Is it because that they want more of a brute force under the sticks instead of someone like Mohammad Faizuddin, who's a lot more agile, who's a lot more nimble-footed? Now you need a showstopper. Now you need a shot stopper. Not just the ones who can do the trick for you. What a shot again, and Praful with another brilliant save. Lovely layoff onto the left. It was Anirudh trying to go for that left footer. Powered home towards the goal, but then Praful was in position. Got down just in the nick of time. An opportune maneuver that saw him proving another crucial save. HNC now slowly and steadily. And that's a miss pass. HNC on the rise. Anirudh on the ball. Anirudh this time takes another shy at goal and denied for the second time by the woodwork. What an opportunity. And it goes begging. Anirudh comes forward trying to shield it with the body. It's going to be a kick in nonetheless. Another chance. Praful once again slamming the door shut on the face of Chetan Komarpant. No space, no room. That's good goalkeeping from Praful. And now it's with Sagar Singh. Sagar still controlling the ball but eventually loses out. Good snatch back given away. Chetan with a shot. Another shot might come in, but this time into the hands of Praful. And Praful with a long throw. But again intercepted. Some good speedy counter-attacking futsal. The This time Praful gets a foot to it and stops what could have been number 8. Another long ball goes out. The fate of this game has almost been sealed. In all likelihood, it is TOFA who will be advancing to the semi-finals. Another excellent ball forward. Praful was out of his line, trying to prune down the angle again, and he did get the necessary pieces right. Another header chested down. Still stays with TOFA. TOFA is now overwhelmingly in the driver's seat, not just in terms of goal, but in terms of ball control and possession. Hamad Abdul Malik. Hamad lays it off for his teammate onto the far right, and will be another corner here. Chetan Komarpant losing out control for a split second, and that was more than enough for HNC to get it out for a corner. A melee of boots in the D, and another long ranger this time. No mistakes altogether by Jackson. Lost possession. That's a fine setup. Should be a shot coming in, and another shot goes wide. You won't get a second chance. You won't get a better chance. That should have been buried 6 feet under the net. And somehow or the other, he misses his mark from what was actually a decent range. TOFA on the move again. Chetan Komarpant. Chetan plays it to Hamad. Hamad, however, doesn't really get the space that he was looking forward to. Referee blowing the whistle on that occasion. Awarding a kick into TOFA. Stays with TOFA. Hamad on the ball. Hamad again. Hamad trying to lay it off for his teammate. Too many boots in the D. Another long ranger comes floating in. It was because Jackson was out of his line. But that shot was nowhere close to what could have been a threat or a menace. Jackson restarting it quickly enough. That should be another kick in. We've just had one timeout in the second half. Hamad on the ball. Hamad has been an absolute talisman. The ball control, the dribbles, the dodges, the mastery over the court, and his goal scoring prowess. It has been top notch. A talent for the future. Lovely setup onto the left here. Chetan Komarpant on it. Chetan goes for the far post. Trying to test if Praful was up for the task. Looks like Praful was slightly slow in moving, but at the end of the day, it wasn't on target. HNC looking for that second goal. Just a consolation strike, but nonetheless a strike. And a decent attempt to try and lay it into the stride of the onrushing Hamad Abdul Malik, who's now operating from the right, like the first half itself. Another square ball. Ashish. Back to Ashish. Ashish knocks it forward. Harsh Suhanda. Harsh overruns himself. And another timeout has been sought for. With 2.5 minutes to go. This has been a fine journey for HNC. They'll remember this one. But again, at the end of the day, it's not the journey that will get you to the semi-finals. But yes, you'll have to take your positives at the end of the day. That's all. One last roll of madness. That's all. 152 seconds on the ticker, and that should suffice. That should confirm who's going to be our next semi-finalist. And the scoreline, as it suggests, TOFA definitely is the one who will have themselves in the driver's seat. TOFA once again through the center. Tees off his teammate on the right, now to the left. Cheeky trying to knit it in front of the goal out there, but then a crucial bit of touch from Praful. Gets it out of harm's way. And a quick change. That player was hobbling for HNC. Quick kick in as well. Nice turn. But then Praful almost breathing on the attacker's neck. Took the ball away in a flash, even before he could move or shuffle. That's how quick he was. Few changes in the Reunion before we get into the last bout of madness. Sent forward there, Judson J. HNC trying to take the ball away, but TOFA, they have dictated possession with an iron fist. And now a delicate lob forward, but again, it was not really well directed. HNC now trying to give a bit of game time to all their players. Lovely layoff onto the left. Hoping to try and take a shot again, running short of space on their occasion as the ball goes out of the sideline. Kick in for TOFA. 90 seconds more before the jubilations begin, before the celebrations kickstart. HNC trying to get the ball back in the D, but Judson. HNC again. HNC goes for the shot. Judson denies. Still stays with HNC. In fact, now TOFA wins it back. Good outside dodge opportunity. Judson out of his line. Another phenomenal save. Had he not advanced on that occasion, that would have been a clear-cut goal. And now a chance at the other end. Praful denies it. We have seen some terrific goalkeeping at both ends. All four goalkeepers, Judson and Mohammad Faizuddin Ahmed, leading the lines for TOFA under the sticks. And Praful Likatkar and Nanmol Parteti doing the honours for HNC. The tussle for the ball continues. Kick in here for TOFA. Final 29 seconds of game time. 26 in fact. Gently tapped in. Are they trying to get that 8th goal here? The second encounter. In fact, another fine chance there for HNC. But Judson J standing tall, ensuring that he kept his team intact. Another shot blocked away. Do we have another shooting lane? In the sights of HNC, goes for it, but swipes it wide. And now it's almost done. And the hooter goes off. We have our last semi-finalist joining Juggernaut FC. Joining Goal Hunters FC, Bhawanipur FC and Corbett FC is TOFA Total Football Academy. A clinical display of dominance, 7-1 victory over Hazrat Nizamuddin club. A methodical dismantling of their counterparts, and it was more than enough. Fine ball control, excellent understanding of the game, and more importantly, calling the shots right. Brilliant display of discipline. But again, Hazrat Nizamuddin club, all hearts to them. They fought as much as they could. But when you are technically overwhelmed, it's not the best of spectacles for you. And the final scoreline at the end of full time. Total Football Academy 7, Hazrat Nizamuddin Club 1. And with this, we come to the end of the quarterfinals. We have found our four semi-finalists. Total Football Academy entering the fray with Bhawanipur FC, Goal Hunters FC, and Corbett FC. With that being said, we'll now tell you adios. We'll see you once again in the semi-finals. Till then, take care, stay safe, and keep on supporting Indian football.